Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving into Nick's fascinating blog post on dynamic lake and river simulation. It's a really cool approach to procedural generation, way beyond what you typically see.
I'm really excited to hear about this. From what I gather, it's not just about pretty visuals, but a physically plausible simulation, right?
Exactly. He's not just creating rivers and lakes, he's simulating their formation and evolution. The core idea is extending particle-based hydraulic erosion. He uses particles to represent water, and these particles interact with the terrain, eroding it and depositing sediment. But he takes it further.
So it's not just about the erosion, it's about the water itself behaving differently in streams versus pools?
Precisely. He uses two maps, a stream map showing the average flow, and a pool map representing the depth of stagnant water. These maps are dynamically updated by the particles. Clever, huh?
Very clever. And how does this two-map system work in practice? Does it handle things like waterfalls and river migration?
Absolutely. The hydrology cycle involves spawning particles, letting them descend the terrain, eroding as they go, and then either contributing to a pool or, if a pool overflows, flowing to a drainage point and descending again. The descend and flood algorithms are the heart of the system.
So the particles are essentially the agents of change, sculpting the landscape and the water bodies themselves?
Yes, and the cool thing is, the stream and pool maps influence the particle's behavior. For example, the friction a particle experiences is affected by the stream map, making it easier to follow existing channels.
That's a really elegant way to achieve realism. But how does he handle the complexity of, say, a large lake? Doesn't that require a lot of computational power?
That's where the flood algorithm comes in. It's a recursive flood fill, efficiently determining the area affected by a particle entering a pool. It even handles drainage, moving excess water to lower points. However, he admits that large pools are a bottleneck.
Interesting. So what are the limitations? Are there any aspects he mentions that could be improved?
He points out a few. One is the somewhat arbitrary transition from a particle to a pool. He suggests using the Reynolds number to make this more physically accurate. Another is the lack of internal flow within pools. Currently, water just instantly flows to the outlet.
Right, and what about the results? Does the system actually produce realistic-looking landscapes?
Oh, absolutely. He shows some stunning examples. Meandering rivers, waterfalls, lakes, deltas. It all looks incredibly natural. The images and videos are amazing. He even adds trees, which further influence erosion by stabilizing the soil.
So it's not just visually impressive, but also computationally efficient enough for real-time rendering?
Yes, he explicitly states that the videos were rendered in real time. He even mentions a speed improvement he made after publishing the article, roughly doubling the simulation speed. Amazing work!
This sounds like a really significant contribution to procedural generation. It's a great blend of simplicity and realism. Thanks for sharing this.
My pleasure. And remember, listeners, you can find the full source code and more details on Nick's GitHub page. Thanks for tuning in to Tech Bytes and News. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.